Hello, everybody. How are you all? Is the voice audio okay? We all good? We all good? I think we're all good. Okay, yeah, we're all good. But first, can we talk about why the hell um they got rid of Katawa Shoujo as a category on Twitch? So on September, I think it was like the 15th, maybe it was later, but they updated Twitch and they made it so that like it was earlier this month. They made an update to Twitch that was like, um, it added some stuff like it added combined views on your VOD. So like when you look at VODs now, it has how many unique live viewers you had combined with how many people have seen the VODs. So I was looking at my VODs. I'm like, why are the VODs in particular getting like 18 or 11 views and stuff like that? It's because of that update. But also weird is that so that was like part of that update, but also they got rid of some categories, which I don't know if that's usual practice when they do updates, but they did. And they at first I just noticed, we noticed Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is gone, which is fine, because like I guess they just shouldn't have added it, but if they were gonna get rid of it, but it's fine that they got rid of it because we still have Xenoblade Chronicles. The normal category is still there, so I can just use that, and that's like, all right, whatever. Definitive Edition doesn't need its own category really, but they got rid of Katawa Shoujo as well. Like I don't know why. My VODs now, because I noticed that my previous games section had Xenoblade Chronicles and Muse Dash, and it didn't have Katawa Shoujo, even though I still had past broadcasts of Katawa Shoujo. Like they weren't gone yet, they hadn't expired yet, and so I was like, "What?" And those previous VODs, which had been set in that category, which did exist, now don't have a category on them, and I'm like, "What?" And I checked, and yeah, it's gone. I checked the like banned games. It's not a banned game. It's not like it's not allowed. At least as far as I know, it's allowed as long as you have adult content turned off. There's someone. I'm pretty sure someone else is live with it right now, but it's like the category's gone, and I don't get that. I don't get like why. I'm trying to look up stuff about it, but no one's talking about it because the game's like a bunch of years old and not that many people play it at the moment. But there's still usually at least like sometimes even when I go live, there's like 3 people live with it. Like I don't understand why they would get rid of it. Whenever I mention it, people are like, "Oh, check the banned game list," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's not on there. I checked." Honest. Friend of mine just said, honestly, you can just chalk it up to Twitch being retards like usual. If they're not busy banning harmless games or behavior, they're busy fucking up stuff with the site. Erased from existence. I don't get it. I don't get why they did this. It makes no sense. I really don't get it. Hang on, I need to respond to something and my keyboard's loud, so I just need to turn off my mic for a sec. I don't know. It's just frustrating because it's like it seems like the stuff I stream specifically is what's being targeted. Oh, let's get rid of Xenoblade Chronicles DE and Katawa Shoujo. You know, the two main games that Eira's in the middle of streaming. Let's get rid of those ones for some fucking reason. It's so dumb. And it hurts. It does hurt. It's gonna damage me because this is gonna hurt my searchability. Like, sure, if someone looks up Katawa Shoujo, they'll still find my stream. Think no, they won't unless I like put it in the title. I'm gonna put it in the title. I'm gonna put it in the title so that people can find me still if they look it up. But because I should have had like 1.7k followers, the game did, the category did, had like over 1,000 followers. And I don't know, it's just, and if people like watched people in the Katawa Shoujo category often, then I would be more likely to come up in their recommended streams. That's not gonna happen now, because now there's like nothing to link me to them, you know? It's just dumb. It's just dumb. I don't know why you'd get rid of it. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's just gone. No matter how I look, I search Twitch. I search time to join just chatting. I think that's. I don't want to do that. I think I'll get banned. I probably won't because I have so few viewers, but I don't think I'm meant to go into just chatting. Like, even if I go to the Twitch website itself and search Katawa Shoujo, like, it doesn't come up. It's very, very unfortunate. Let me get my dashboard up and see if I can somehow find it. Because I was able to kind of find Definitive Edition for a little bit, even though it was gone. Category. No, it's gone. I search up Katawa and then SH. I just get Akai Katana Shin and Akai Kanata. Why? It doesn't help that visual novel just isn't a tag on its own either. The only way to get the tag, like, it's just visual novel's not a tag, so I can't make my tag even be visual novel either. And that's the other thing, like, you can't put game genres in because it puts game genre tags on your stream based on what your category is. So without a category or a game attached to my stream, like, it also just gets rid of anyone who's searching that genre. They're not going to find me either that way. I don't know. Whatever. This is very, very annoying. Reading simulator? Is that a real thing? It is. I'm not gonna change it to that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because there's like rules against setting the wrong category. So I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna. I don't. I know it wouldn't even cause a problem, but I'm not gonna do it. Reading fun. No. I'm not doing it because it's technically against the Twitch rules to have the wrong game set if you're playing a different one. And those are obviously real games that are different from this one. But they get to keep their category. Huh? Is there really that many people streaming reading fun? I'm not the only one streaming Katawa Shoujo right now. Isn't that enough? That, like, come on. I've given this is like my third stream, and like since you updated it, I don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, it's basically reading fun. I mean, probably not really in terms of the actual game reading fun, but it is technically could be defined as reading fun. But it is not the noun reading fun. It's the it's the verb and adverb reading fun. Alright. I've been neglecting my sign language studies, so I should probably spend some time studying up on it, although I think I've learned a lot just by osmosis. I'm very proud of that, and I'll have to be careful not to brag about it. Osmosis Jones? I remember that movie. Most of the books I bought with me aren't manuals on learning sign language, but studies about different signing dialects. And Shizune has some secret signals with Misha that only the two of them know the meaning of. After seeing a couple of them, this book caught my eye in the school library. Maybe I should incorporate some examples into my own signing to mess with them, because I'm pretty sure that they have started using their code words more when I started learning sign language. That'll teach them. After a quick break for a shower, I resumed practicing my signing in the guest room mirror. Yesterday, I crashed my fingers against each other pretty hard. It still... What? It still smarts. What? I don't even know what that was trying to say. It still smarts. And I don't want a repeat of that to happen again. What do you mean it still smarts? Sao? What cryptic language are you trying to convey to me? Who wrote the Shizune around? I have words with them. It has way more spelling mistakes than any other. It still hurts? Hurts. SMA instead of HU? What the fuck happened? Where'd the S come from? An M is kind of a stretch for hitting M instead of U. Or the A. What? It still smarts. It still smarts. I suppose... Well, hitting M instead of H is a bit of a stretch, but I guess if you did, then maybe the autocorrect could have made it smarts? And he just didn't notice? I don't know, I feel like this is such a... Did no one proofread this? Like, surely that is one you would catch. I don't see how you couldn't catch that if you were proofreading this. I could understand some of the other mistakes because they've been pretty small, but this is a big one. Did no one point it out to them in the, like, first 3 years when this game was popular and probably being updated? It still smarts. That doesn't... What? How has this happened? I don't understand. Yesterday I crushed my fingers against each other pretty hard. It still smarts, and I don't want to repeat of that to happen again. It has to be hurt, so that's the only thing that makes sense, but I don't understand how you could fuck up so much and then so many times that it would still be, it still smarts even now. That had to be, that's like, what? It's still smart. They must not have proofread this. I cannot believe they proofread this when that's sitting right there. It still smarts. Fuck off. I hear knocking on the door behind me and turn to find Hideaki standing inside the doorway, staring at me. How polite of him to knock, but usually you don't open the door first. What are you doing? Practicing sign language. How long have you been standing there? I did not see anything. That isn't the point. I don't even know what he means by that. It's not like I was doing something that I would be ashamed to have people see me doing. Though sign language must look strange to most people. I'm only used to it from being around Shizune and Misha so much. I'm brushing up on my sign language and I'm reading about it too. Stuff like the history of it, even though they cover it in sign language class. Your school teaches sign language as a class? Yeah, one of the first... What is happening to my voice? I usually don't stuff up this much this short a time. Hang on, give me a sec. Get the fuck out of here! GH Thomas 9926. I bet you weren't even born in the year 9926, you liar. Yeah, Big Followers has really been getting on my case lately. I need to stop this. Ban, get out of here. I don't want you in my chat, good sir. Yeah, one of the first things they brought up was that it's not very common to do that. I guess we're very international or something. It's probably just because you're at a disabled school, bro. It looks fun. Well, I wouldn't call it fun. If you do not enjoy this, it seems like a lot of work to go through just to talk to my sister. Why does everyone keep saying that? Hideaki's mouth twitches like he was about to laugh, but he restrained himself. Come to think of it, he hasn't laughed once since I've met him. I could take it as a compliment that he doesn't laugh at me, but I'm curious to see it. Laugh. I command you to laugh. Why? It was the fastest and most direct way I could think of towards accomplishing my goal. Can you teach me sign language? He says it plainly, but his body language is nervous, showing that he clearly needs to put some effort in to ask. I guess Hideaki likes his sister after all. I think Misha is a lot more approachable though, so I wonder why he didn't ask her. Secretly, I'm shouting, yes! Inside. I thought he wanted to learn sign language and even thought it up. What? Oh, and even brought it up. But he had evaded the subject skillfully. Turns out I was right after all. I don't really know why this makes me so pleased. Sure. But now that I think about it, I'm not a sign language teacher. I don't even know where to start. In class, I'd be learning stuff gradually over a week. Does Hideaki expect me to teach him everything usable in a one-day crash course? Guy-on-guy sign language teaching, if this was a BL. It does have that vibe. Hideaki could be a freaking... He could be a BL character. Look at him. He'd be like the small cute one. There's always the cute one. My teacher spent a couple days just giving me a history on sign language. I just thought to start off with that to buy some time while I figure out how I can sedge? What? I guess that's sedge.
Segway.
That's Segway? Holy shit, what the fuck? I didn't know it was spelt like that. So much smaller than I thought. Plenty of opportunities to comment on how big and strong his hands are. Now you see, they're big and strong, but also delicate and able to do such fine movements. Reminds me of that like page and a half in Hunger Games where Katniss talks about how great Gavin's... Is it Gavin? Whatever that guy's name was. How great his hands are. Because it's like, oh, they're big and strong and manly, but they're also delicate and able to do fine movements like setting traps. Ooh. Segway is the vehicle and gentle warm hand caressing intensifies. Yeah, but that word is also segue. And it just seems so short. It's weird. Figure out how I can segue it into the hard stuff. 5 minutes in, Hideaki raises his hand. I don't understand what you're doing. Well, you can't just jump into teaching, you know? You have to ease into it. It's like when you go swimming. You don't just jump in the lake like in some movie. I do not swim. It's like scientists managed to create a process to suck out all the hyperactive, infuriating, and childish qualities of a small child, and then implant them into the into the dad, creating a raging jerk dad and leaving behind Hideaki. What the heck? Into the hard stuff. You have to ease into it. Stop. Stop, Toast. No, you've gone too far. Has science gone too far? I begin to feel claustrophobic, despite the fact that the guest room is 3 times bigger than my dorm room and there's just the 2 of us in here. It's all in my head, I know it, and I don't care. I still use it as an excuse to move the lesson outside. It's a lot easier to concentrate out here, even the precocious, I think that is. Oh no, precious. What the fuck am I? I know the word precious. What is wrong with me today? Is my brain fucking fried? Like, what is actually going on? Sal getting dizzy in the bedroom, can't concentrate in the bedroom. Also, when I looked at the banned games to check if Katawa Shoujo was there, I saw that all the Sakura games are banned. It's not actually all of them, but it has most of them, and it even has the ones that don't have any nudity, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna assume they mean all of them, but just haven't updated it to include literally every single one, because there's so many, and like a new one comes out every year. Which makes sense, because there is nudity, but I was gonna stream the Sakura games one day. They're dumb. They're really dumb games. They're not good visual novels. They're dumb. But I wanted to stream them while drunk sometime because they're dumb games. But I guess I can't because they're banned on Twitch. I also found out Hunipop and Hunicam Studio were banned. Which, oh no, which is also saddening. 'Cause I was gonna stream Hunipop too. Like, obviously I would bring up, like, I don't know, like this or something, but obviously not that. At some point to, like, something like that, just to, like, block it if any, when the CGs came up. And then it would be fine, because then you'd just see me doing the match-free puzzles of Hunipop. But apparently it's banned altogether, regardless. Stream a fully Japanese VN while drunk? No, that sounds like a horrible idea. Actually, I could try, but I wouldn't be able to read anything. It's like, it'd be pointless. That'd just mean like be interpreting backgrounds and images while drunk. Make up the story? That could be fun, actually. Maybe. Maybe someday. Anyway. Even the precious few seconds it took to relocate managed to allow me to sort my thoughts. There were no questions during this time. Hideaki can't seem to talk and walk at the same time. Also, yeah, I don't know why I'm stuffing up so much. I think my brain is just not in a good VN reading state, but we'll see. Stream Summer Pockets. How about I stream Winter Pockets instead? I could maybe. I'll give you a maybe on that one. Doesn't Summer Pockets have an English translation? Or did one just get announced? Yeah, it's got an English. It's even on Steam. Curses. It's a key game, of course it got an English translation. What did you expect? Actually, just stream the English version. I probably will eventually. But I got a bunch of VNs I already have downloaded that I need to get through first. Stream the demo in Japanese, then stream the English. I guess I could do that at some point. Whatever. Maybe I'll maybe do that at some point, but obviously not right now. I don't even know if I'll make it 2 hours in this with my fucking weird state of my brain where I can't fucking focus on reading. I start to realize that if I'm gonna teach him anything, I have to keep the lesson constantly moving. The second there's an opening for it, he'll ask a question, which will lead to more questions. Then there's no end to it. The second time he asks me why a certain hand motion means what it does, and I have to reach deep into my memory to look for etymology. I don't know about a gesture, I only know about a What? Oh, I don't know about a gesture, I only knew about a month longer than him. Start looking for an out. Hey, okay, let's take a break. Okay. What is your school like? This kid is a little reporter, but it makes sense for someone his age to be curious. Then this is one question I don't mind. Oh, and this is one question I don't mind. What's it like? I never really thought about it. It's on top of this mountain, so it feels kind of isolated and lonely up there sometimes, even though that's also why it has a pretty great view. Do I need to turn up the brightness? What the freak is wrong with me? See how accurate it were? I guarantee you I will be 100% inaccurate. Maybe I would get like... I don't know. No, I wouldn't get anything right. I was gonna say characters' names, but I'm like, no, people still spell their name with fucking kanji. So I wouldn't even be able to guesstimate those. Since they're interesting, actually, I felt bad at first. You know what kind of school it is, right? Yes. I felt bad because I didn't want to go there. I didn't even remember exactly what I was thinking at the time. Probably it was something like a school for crippled people would be a depressing place. They were telling me to go. They were telling me to go be forgotten there. I mean, it's a key visual novel. You could guess based on what they usually do. Yeah, but I haven't read a key visual novel. I've just seen Clanad, and that's it. I just watched Clanad and After Story once, and that's all I've done. As in the anime. Like, even in the anime, I've only seen one. I don't know. I just know they're meant to be sad, but that's up for debate. Then everyone there was just living their lives, for the most part, so I felt even worse. It wasn't different at all, so I felt like kind of a jerk. Shizune was the first person I met. She's in most of my classes. Misha too. They're all together. I guess the school is accommodating enough to pair them up as much as possible. There's this girl in my class, Honeycomb, whom I feel bad for. She has these burns and seems to have a complex about them, but I think she looks fine. She's a cute girl and friends with Lily too. You know Lily, right? Does she bring up Hanako? You know Lily, right? Dude, you saw them hanging out like 2 days ago. I'm trying to remember who else is interesting. We have a little track star Ace who runs on these prosthetics. There's this one girl, Rin, who doesn't have arms. She's a great painter. All her art is harsh, alive quality. Have you ever been to Yamaku? You've probably seen some of it hanging around. A little weird, sometimes, but I've always heard that artists and creative types are like that. That reminds me, the guy who lives across the hall from me is pretty weird too, but he can be interesting at least. Kenji! You were also interesting. Is that bad? What's with that tone? What does that even mean? Are you saying I'm weird, Hideaki? Talk a lot. My first instinct is to go on the... Bleh! My first instinct is to go on the defensive, but the more I think about it, he has a point. That's right, I do talk a lot. I don't think I used to. I think it's probably because of all the time I spend around Shizune and Misha. Talking with them, I get caught up in all their circular logic and just how they do everything. I feel like I'm gonna be drowned out or left behind. My sister can drown you out. It's not like she's literally talking over me and stuff, obviously. It's hard to explain. They have more energy than I do. It's like an aggressiveness. I don't feel like I have to match it, but I want to. think maybe your sister has that effect on people. Do you look up to your sister? Stares at me blankly, tense and confused as to how to react to the question. Aggressive hand motions. Pretty much. I will be better than Shizune. Better at what? At everything. Like what? I can do magic tricks. You mean like telling people you've got their nose? Or more like the kind of magic where you pull a rabbit out of your ass? Did that really say ass? Alright, fair enough. Hisao. He doesn't look happy. Someday I will see Hideaki laugh. I might just try tickling him if I have to. Oh shit. The back door flies open and Jigoro strides out of it, keeping his back straight and taking giant, slow, regal strides, like either a king or a huge jackass. Try to turn away using the train of logic that if I can't see him, he can't see me. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out, and he comes over so fast, it's like he appeared out of the air over my shoulder. Oh, what's up here? What are you two doing, flailing your hands around? Playing cat's cradle like a bunch of girls? Teaching Hideaki some sign language. What about you, Mr. Hakamichi? Narrows his eyes suspiciously, as if he's not used to people being polite to him. I'm writing an autobiography of my life and times, and by writing, I mean I'm dedicating it to my biographer. Unfortunately, she is running late, unprofessionally. Oh, what? No, just unprofessional. Perhaps you should read it when it is published later this year. I can put you on the waiting list. Maybe it'll give you the moral compass you seem to lack in your life, and inspire you to stop sucking. It can't be sustainable for him to be so casually insulting to everyone, though Hideaki is likely too detached to even notice. Shizune is deaf, and most of the insults must fly over Misha's head. But surely Akira must have an opinion on this. Try not to think about it. If he's doing this to psych me out, then I have to stay calm or he wins. He must absolutely, definitely not win. Definitely? Or is that... Yeah, definitely. This must be how Shizune feels. How old are you? 46. It's fairly young considering... Oh no, I guess... That actually is kind of young. Kinda. Wait, it's a high school. I guess that's actually not that young. It's a little young. Just a little. That doesn't seem old enough to justify writing a biography. I mean, that's not even old. Do most people start writing their memoirs a little later than that? Shut up, boy. I'm going to give you advice. Do not talk about matters of age with people older than you. You're less than half my age. You have no right to talk about old. I have a... What? Okay. What is that word? What is it? Ulcer. Like an ulcer? like the injury? I have an ulcer. Oh, I see. He's saying I have an ulcer older than you. Yeah. Got it. I thought he was using a descriptor. So I was really confused. I wasn't realizing he was talking about a noun. I thought he was using an adjective. He should get that checked out. He might have a point though. He's definitely older than I am. Either way, even if we were the same age, I wouldn't have to explain myself to you, sweater vest. Your son is also wearing a sweater vest. Why do you make that noise? Are you mad? Well, obviously. Good. Your sweater is terrible, and I want you to feel bad about it. The burn tells me it's working. I like my sweater. I'm sure I like huffing glue too. It doesn't make it right. I don't huff glue. Where did you get that impression? The impression I do. That is slander. Wonder how Hideaki knows what slander is. Maybe Jigoro is a lawyer? I can sort of see that. Although I thought only TV lawyers were this antagonistic. I don't know if I should take the chance and ask if that's his job. He's right, it is slander. Are you a lawyer? I was guessing. I guess based on the fact that you were stupid. It's like how you were assuming I am a lawyer. Except you have no reason to think that. If you don't want to know what I do so badly, why don't you pre-order my autobiography? Now you are insulting my book, and by extension my entire life. What gives you the right to do that? Arrogant. I'm trying to think of how I can make you understand my struggle. Maybe by beating you with my autobiography. Hope you walk away from the beating having learned a valuable lesson, like not making assumptions. Assault. But you made an assumption too, that I have to glue. I consider calling him out on this glaring example of hypocrisy, but I don't think it's worth it. He would probably explain his way out of it by saying, "Shut up, boy." Back in my day, children were seen and not heard, and to be an adult meant having experienced many hardships. With even a glance, people could instantly judge a man's character. Childhood existed only to temper you for For adulthood, yeah. When you look at me, can you not see the catalogue of my experiences, even at a glance? Maybe. Were you a sword fighter? Could be Hawaiian and a werewolf. Wait, didn't you tell me before not to make assumptions? Now you just asked me to assume stuff, and you're saying everyone when you were my age did it? And that had to be in, like, the 80s? That wasn't even that long ago. I'm ready to give him a piece of my mind, for talking like he had to walk 15 miles in the snow to ride a coal train, that he had to shovel coal into himself before climbing up a mountain while fighting ogres to get to school. But now that I finally want to fight, Jigoro is happy to have a good thing going and just continue to ramble about how difficult it was growing up one generation ago. Twirling his sword like a baton and stopping occasionally to yawn or check the time. The tidiness of his autobiography is still foremost in his mind. That means the whole time he's been insulting me, he must have been doing it to just pass the time. To add insult to insult, his watch is also really nice. When I was your age, kids had responsibilities, not like today. Sickening. No one thinks about the consequences of their actions anymore. They just do whatever they want, thinking no one will hold them accountable since they're young. It's odd. That description could fit Shizune and Misha. I felt something similar only yesterday, but it only fits them slightly. Back in my day. Oh shit. Sorry about that. I didn't die. Hang on a sec. F for streamer. Anyway, yeah, I really hate this character, and I hate fucking reading his lines. It's really annoying. You look at yourself, an amoral, directionless, delinquent glue huffer with a complete lack of etiquette and absolutely no fashion sense. You are tomorrow's Japan. Disgraceful. This is the future of this once great country. Make Japan great again. I know someone you would get along well with. Is it Trump? Don't interrupt. Who? One of your friends? What? Oh, he's talking about Kenji, isn't he? Jigoro reminds me of Kenji, but not at all worth of the pug. Even that, he's just annoying. It's very annoying writing, is what it is. I'm actually like, I don't know if he was meant to be funny or if he was meant to be like annoying. I don't really know what it is, but I'm not enjoying the experience of reading this visual novel when he is on screen. I don't want to talk to some awful teenager. Have you even been listening? Why are you so rude, boy? Your attitude is not one that'll make you a lot of friends. I wish he would stop giving me so much advice. Or at least, I wish he would give me advice that he would have the decency to adhere to himself. Where have you been? Huh? Not you, idiot. Oops, I didn't notice you there. Shizune now smiles and gives a short wave. Her row made Jigoro stop talking, so I'm already happy to see her for that reason alone. Mission, I decided to go into town again, Asao. I noticed you were looking at some clothes yesterday in a store window, and I thought I would go back and buy some of them for you. It was supposed to be a surprise, though. She looked annoyed that the surprise is ruined, even though she ruined it herself. Here you go. Thanks. Mission wanted to cut her hair. I thought her not to, but she said it was too hot for the summer. Whoa. Yeah, I don't know, that makes a lot of sense to me. It must be like an oven under there. I want to see it. Where is Misha anyway? Over here. Hi, Ik-chan. Hi, Mr. Shik-chan's father. Hi, Hideaki. Whoa. Oh my god, she got like a pixie cut, but even shorter. Short hair Misha is worthy of the bug. That's really fucking short. Holy shit. I don't think... That's like... Okay. That's like the biggest change a friggin' Sprite's had. I mean, clothing is actually kind of more of a change in terms of how much editing you have to do, but that's a big deal. What the hell? That's really short too. Like, really short. Like, that's not just normal short. That's like really short. But as always, Bush Cheney 2004. Oh, it's so dumb. I hate the fucking... Why? Why would she be wearing that? It makes no sense. What a fucking meme shirt. Also, Bush won, didn't he? He won 2004, didn't he? Did he? Or was 9/11 already his second term? I think he did. I know he did 2 terms. I know that. And I know everyone got mad about it. And then we got really good music out of it. There was a lot of good music after Bush won that was like about, hey, remember when Bush wasn't the president? Looks like you won. Fair enough. I knew he did 2 terms, but I wasn't sure if, and I knew he was president when 9/11 happened. I just wasn't sure if that was during his second or first term. Actually, no, if he was running, then yeah, he wouldn't have run if he had done 2 terms, so of course he would win. Yeah, if he was running, he won, obviously. What am I thinking? Misha runs around us once in a wide circle before stopping next to Shizune. For the first time, she hasn't, what? She hasn't put her hands over my eyes, although now I see she has bags of her own to carry, so it's not like she could have, even if she wanted to. Although I am positive she's tried it before. Her meticulously styled curls are gone now in favor of a much shorter, sportier look. Misha looks even happier than usual, probably because she knows she won't have to wake up the crack of dawn every morning just to do her hair. Yeah, long hair's a pain in the ass. What is that haircut? You look like an intern. Your old haircut merely made you look like you were wearing a pink judge wig. Judge to intern is a huge demotion. So is he saying something insulting? Tell him not to insult my friends. Don't insult my friends. Which one of you is talking? Both of us. I agree with her. Hehehe. What do you think, Hick-chan? Should have kept it like it was. Aw, Hick-chan, you look disappointed. You don't like it either? Oh yeah, I'll admit, I kinda liked your old haircut more, but I think this one is nice too. It suits you. She looks so weird. It's weird. It's weird to get used to this. I can see her ear. Oh, thanks, Hick-chan. Touching. If you like it so much, maybe you two should trade. Can't trade a haircut. What a shame. Even her old haircut would suit you so much more than your current slacker haircut. Awful. As for you. Actually, this is much less garish than your other haircut. I like it. Haha, really? Thanks, Mr. Shikjun. Oh, wait, did she say? Oh, this time she said Shizune's dad. Last time she said Shikjun's dad. It's Mr. Hakamichi. Talk like a normal person. I don't understand. Okay. I'll call you Mr. Hakamichi. Ah, it's like speaking to a slide whistle. What? What? Oh, contemptible. What is my biographer? Hideaki? Sits quietly muttering to himself and walks off. I guess a wannabe crank old man like Jigoro would be, at the very least, be hesitant to yell at girls. Suddenly he doubles back, unable to resist the urge to have the last word. And another thing, you do not have to be so loud. I do not like being shouted at. What? Shouting? I'm not shouting. Can't think of anyone more unqualified to talk about what's garish or to chastise someone else on shouting at people. It's like a parade of hypocrisy and the hits just keep coming. An unusual reaction seems to be taking place. Misha apparently finds Jigoro funny, and laughs pretty much every time he says something, which only makes him berate her harder. I guess this is what they call a vicious cycle. Misha's voice is punctuated with explosions of laughter and seems to come from everywhere. On the other hand, Jigoro's is booming and directed like a cannon. In any case, they are both unbelievably loud. The more they talk to each other, the more they seem to play off each other's volume and get louder. Ow, my ears hurt. Why are you shouting? Shizune's hands wrap around my eyes from behind. Sometimes something I'm so used to Misha doing that for the first time I find myself confused by it, since Misha is in front of me. She lets go and holds a finger up to her lips. What a perfect distraction. Now's our opportunity. Let's sneak off. Why do we have to sneak off? Why not just walk off? It wouldn't be as fun. It's decided. It's a secret mission. Escape without being detected. Extract Hideaki for bonus points. Already, she has simplified the situation into a game. She now quietly slides away from the scene and begins edging towards the house. I walk towards it, normally. I can't find Shizune at first, but eventually she walks into the main part of the house. Sipping a glass of ice water and dangling her glasses back and forth from her free hand, she whips them out as soon as she sees me. Oh, whips them on. Wait, what? Oh, her glasses. You didn't rescue Hideaki. That means you don't get the bonus points. If you were also being graded on style, I'd have to deduct points for a boring escape. Looks like you wanted to talk to me. I don't know, I had to be stylish about it. You know, some say that the most stylish people are the ones that don't try too hard to look cool. You're really cool. I wonder how it is that I can pick up on her sarcasm so easily, and how hard it might have been for her to learn the concept of sarcasm without being able to hear. I can't imagine it. You seem like you're in a good mood. Although I guess it isn't really a good mood. It's more like she seems very excited. I'm in a bad mood. Setting her drink down, Shizune sits down on the couch. I liked her regular hairstyle so much more. It looked so pretty. It was refined and meticulous. Now she looks too sporty and tomboyish. I wouldn't call Misha refined and meticulous. It sounds more like you. You should give it a chance. Grow your hair out and make it look like drills. Actually, maybe that suits you just fine. Shizune rubs the frame of her glasses roughly, looking annoyed at the implications behind what I just signed to her. That's fine, because I was totally implying that. She moves a little closer to me when I take a seat. I'm a tomboy? Oh, no one would call you a tomboy, based on appearances. Shizune glares at me, unamused. I have to fight to keep a straight face. Maybe you two should trade haircuts anyway. You sound like my father. It's true. Shizune giggles noiselessly when she sees my displeasure at the realization. Jumping to her feet, she twirls an invisible sword in her left hand while standing up, military, straight, and grimacing. Terrifying, accurate impression. Anyway, I don't take advice from anyone who wears a blue sweater with brown pants. What's your sense of color coordination? Dreadful. That's something I would do. But changing my haircut? That might be fun, wouldn't it be? I want to see how everyone would react. You must really like playing with people. Sometimes, I think, a little too much. No answer. The way she fiddles with her glasses, brow forward, tells me that's because she can't. It's fun. Then with more confidence and while pulling herself closer to me. It's fun to drag more and more people into my life. Oh, I see. I wonder if I'm included in that number. I want to ask, but I'm not even sure how I would. Shizune wags her finger preemptively, indicating that she won't be answering such a question anyway. She reaches for her glass, but doesn't seem to realize how far she's managed to inch away from it all this time. To prevent herself from tipping over clumsily, Shizune tries to grab onto me, and ends up pulling me on top of her. Oh shit! As I lean over her, I can feel the heat coming off her body and realize how close we are. I can hear her soft breathing and the slight rustling of her clothes as she momentarily fidgets about. A blush starts to creep into her cheeks, but her eyes stare straight into mine, dark and unblinking. It's the same look from the first time I saw her, piercing and devoid of any clear emotions, just waiting to see what will happen next, like the eyes of a cat. Makes me feel uncomfortable, being looked at in such a way. This is the first time I've been so close to her for an extended period of time, and the mood is different now. The situation now isn't the same as a passing touching of hands, or her and Mishra's usual games. Shizune's fingers weave together tentatively, but she makes no move to sign. Look in her eyes isn't just nothing, like I'd thought, it's more like expectation. I wonder if maybe I've been following the string of her expectations this entire time. Oh, that didn't last as long as I thought it would. I feel her grabbing me by the shoulders and then gently but firmly pushing me off of her. I roll sideways onto the soft couch and pull myself into a sitting position less than a foot from her. The way I feel, she might as well have thrown me 10 yards. When I think about it, this is perhaps one of the biggest drawbacks to sign language. Shizune said that the fact that you have to sign your words out with your hands means you have time to reflect on what you say before you say it. But on the other hand, it also means that what would normally just be an awkward silence becomes an insurmountable wall. I'd just blurt out something, anything to try and dispel the tension I'm feeling right now if I could, but I can't. Ordinarily, I think that that what would be normal would be to apologize and maybe leave, but right now, I wonder if that is even applicable. I can't get past how guilty such an action would seem, like I were just slinking away. Of course, it's not like I can just play it off like nothing happened either. That would just be insulting to both of us. So as much as I don't want to, I apologize quickly. So quickly I forget to sign it. Then I go back to my room. Sighing, I let myself fall backwards into bed. I wish I could just go to sleep right now, but I feel wide awake. I sit up when I hear the door closing. I open my eyes to see Shizune sitting on the chair in front of me. She asks a question that goes right over my head. Due to my surprise, it's not a feeling I'm good at concealing, but I don't think it's what she intended. Whatever she was saying, she backs off and doesn't attempt to sign again for a while. This is the first time I've been in your room. Shizune tenses her fingers and puts on an exaggerated attempt to make herself look embarrassed and modest at the thought. I can't appreciate the joke. Just the fact that she's here has me feeling a bit scattered. Very funny. It isn't even my room. It's your guest room. Said, you and Misha barged into my room once before. It seems as if she expects me to say more. I remember feeling very panicked when they burst into my room, afraid of what conclusions they would jump to seeing the wall of pills lining the place. I don't think that Shizune remembers, though. It made you nervous. The way she says it so factually stings me. A lot of things make me nervous. You're one of them. Because you're overeager to always get people involved in whatever you're doing. Whether it's joining the student council or even taking a break. Whatever they want to, whether they want to or not. She stands almost at a crawl, her hands pausing mid-sentence far too much, causing the words to dissipate formlessly before I can even begin to try to understand them. I try not to let on that, what? I try not to let on that this is the case. It seems to work, but she looks a little sad, and I regret that I have nothing to say to snap her from the strangely wistful and distant expression she is wearing. All I can do is wait for her to come out of it. You were right. I want to drag everyone into my life, but lately I'm no longer sure if it's the right thing to do. I enjoyed you taking me to your favorite restaurant the other night. It's not like that is my favorite restaurant. I have others I like. I might even be able to rank them by number. Really? This chair is so hard. I want to sit on the bed. Motioning for her to her to go ahead, I wait for her to get off the chair and take her place. When she does, though, I didn't intend for it to be, she finds it amusing. Close your eyes. Why? It's a surprise. I decide to humor her and close them. I can feel her leaning over me, and suddenly something soft and moist touches my lips. My body tenses up in surprise. Fortunately, not as awkward a reaction as I could have made. It was just a quick peck, and I almost think that's the end of it. But then she kisses me again, more deeply this time. Her hand slid on my shoulder, up to my neck, and then back down again. What? Up? Oh, right, the hands. Then across my shoulder and down my arms. I can feel the weight of her body on my legs, and the eroticism of the situation isn't lost on me. At this point, I'm ready to try and open my eyes just a crack, but as if expecting it, she puts her fingers on my eyelids. Seconds later, something ties my hands together at the wrists, and I panic. Not knowing what to make of this, my first word is to ask Shizune what she's thinking, even though she can't hear me. I'm sure she gets the gist of it. She won't let go of my hands, tracing her fingers over them from the lines of my palms, over my knuckles, into my wrists. Hey, what are you doing? What's this? Of course. Actually, let's get a full look at that. Yeah, hell yeah! I really like that outfit on Shizune. Or course. Why does this rat have so many spelling mistakes? Of course, with my hands tied behind my back, I might as well be gagged. A part of me can't help but think that this is what she intended. As if reading my thoughts, a mischievous expression lights up on her face, but her blushing doesn't fade. In fact, it only deepens when our eyes meet. She's doing the colon-free thing. Embarrassed, she leans deeper into our partial embrace, hiding her face by burying it in my shoulders and neck. Her hair is soft and tickles me, and I let out a laugh, knowing that she won't hear me, won't be offended. Is that? Oh shit! I wasn't expecting that to just instantly lead into a H scene. Nice cantaloupe. Wait, didn't we have cantaloupe last time? Didn't we get cantaloupe for Hanako's rat as well? How come Rin was fish, but Hanako and Shizune have to share cantaloupe? I don't know. Something about that doesn't seem right. Afterwards, I listen to the sound of my heartbeat slowing down until it reaches its normal rhythm. I listen to the sound of Shizune's breathing as it does the same. The glasses are slightly askew, and this is the first time she isn't messing around with them in some way. I want to straighten them for her, but the second I try, I'm reminded that I can't. Shizune seems to have forgotten it as well. Wouldn't a deaf person be, like, really bad at containing their moans? Or maybe they'd be good at it because they're used to never talking. I don't know, but I feel like almost definitely someone would have heard them if they had sex. Instead of getting up, she presses herself against me in the chair to extend her reach. It's almost as if this is the only position she can think to untie my hands from. This is what I think. This is what I think as I feel her unbinding my wrists. However, she doesn't get off me. Her fingers gently stroke against mine, occasionally bending inward to run over my palms. It's funny, but I feel more connected to Shizune through that simple act than before. Not sex. It wasn't sex? Look, man, it was enough of a H scene that they blocked it, but I don't know the specifics. This looks like it would have been a sex scene, though. The Rin one was obvious. The first Rin H scene, that one was obviously not sex. It was just, like, assisting her. But, I don't know. Maybe this is the same, but it feels like this one would be sex. Shizune stays pressed against me like this for some time. It's a little uncomfortable, but it makes me feel happy. So if it could stay like this for hours, because she's like on top of me, you know, and she's wearing a skirt. Like, should just have to, you know, just pull down my pants and pull the panties to the side. It's easy. Like, this is, it could be in there right now for all we know. The days since then have passed so quickly that time seems to slip through my fingers like water. Every time I've tried to talk with Shizune, she has been out running errands or with Misha. I feel as if she's avoiding me. I'm not surprised. Of course it bothers me, but I think the way she's acting seems pretty natural. Then again, it's not like I've been through this before. Hey, it's the Bush supporter. Whenever I can't find Shizune, I end up running into Misha, and when I do, I ask her to help me with my signing. However, she always ends up squirming out of it. We're leaving after today, so I'm determined not to let her escape this time. Once we head back to school, we're probably going to have to start grinding for more student council affairs in preparation for school restarting. I want to brush up on my signing as much as possible by then, even if it's a day's worth. Come on, it's pretty much just having a couple sign language conversations. You do that all the time. Actually, you're doing it right now. Haha, really, Hick-chan? That's funny. Misha temporarily stops her unconscious signing in order to wave her hand in front of her face in denial, but then quickly resumes gesturing everything the both of us are saying to no one in particular. Hick-chan, you're so persistent. Suddenly being interested in sign language again. Could it be that Hick-chan wants to make a career out of it? That's not fair. That was my idea first. You should be careful, Hick-chan. Times change too quickly. By the time I decided I wanted to be a sign language interpreter, they had cell phones that people could type out whole paragraphs on. Amazing. Not very good for me, though. As if she knows that another deferral isn't going to cut it this time, Misha changes her tune pretty quickly to a more apologetic one. I'm sorry, Hick-chan. I'm just so tired. Especially lately. Even though being with Shik-chan is fun, she has way more energy than me. Teaching on top of that would be too tiring. I don't have that much stamina. Sorry. She doesn't seem very tired, shouting the statement with her usual cheer and vigor. I know it's wrong of me to keep pestering her like this, though. Actually, Shik-chan and I were planning on going shopping today. It's a lunch chance to pick up some souvenirs. Souvenirs, huh? I almost forgot that I was on vacation. I understand what you're saying. Teaching to... I read that as Misha. I understand what you're saying. Teaching doesn't seem so easy. Hideaki asked me to teach him how to sign, and I was unbelievably lost the whole time. Well, I wonder how it'll work out for you when you become a sign language teacher. You can't get tired too easily doing that. Yeah, right. I hope not. Hick-chan, now I'm kind of worried, but souvenirs. So, some other time, Hick-chan. Do you want us to get you something too? Just because I understand doesn't mean I don't want her to teach me. I suppose I can't press her any further now, though. Even though I'm bothered by how selfish it would seem to do so. I give up. No, don't get me anything. I'm serious. Don't surprise me with a funny shirt or something, okay? I don't like the sound of that. Slipping on her shoes, she yells goodbye to the otherwise empty house and opens the door to leave, letting a cool breath of fresh air into the hallway. A tuft of dark hair peeking from the doorframe tells me Shizune is waiting for her outside. Good morning. Misha translates for me from beyond the doorway, and Shizune turns around to give me a small wave. Even though it's different from her usual offhand greetings in the smallest way, there's an unmistakable hesitation there. Leaves me with a vaguely empty and distant feeling. God damn it. I know shit like this. I know shit like this. When I was in a relationship, sometimes, like, she just acts the slightest bit different, and it's, like, so blatantly obvious. It's like, hold up. That's not the usual reaction. It's so obvious, and it, like, hurts, because you always know. It's like, they're bothered by something, or they're upset by something, or something's up, and you're like, God damn it, what now? It's the worst feeling. Because it's like, they're not telling you, they're just trying to act normal, but it's so obvious it's not normal. It's the worst feeling. It's like actually the worst. And then you ask what's wrong, and they never fucking tell you. I was trying to get Misha to teach me how to talk to you, but I guess I was being impatient, and it can wait. You two are planning on going shopping today anyway. Having Misha there, I forget to sign my words as I say them. Unfortunately, since Shizune moves to fill the doorway, Misha is behind her. This brief misalignment in our position means that what I'm saying is totally lost on her. I don't understand you at all. There are things I want to say that I can't put in a way she would understand, and there are entire conversations that she could have that would go right over my head. I want to tell her now that it won't be that way for much longer. Instead, I just say never mind and tell them to have a good time, then wave them off. Seems like everyone is out for the day, so I sit down on the biggest and most comfortable looking chair in the living room with a book, not a sign language book, but one of the novels that I checked out of the library my first week. That was so long ago, I should really start chipping out that pile of books I borrowed, or at least return them. God damn it, this fucking guy. 16 pages in, Jigoro walks into the room, a stack of papers in one hand and his sword, twirling idly like a baton in the other, casually shaking water from a recent shower from his hair. Upon being seen doing something so ungentlemanly, he freezes like a deer in the headlights and slowly moves on to smoldering with powerful but baseless fury as he sits down on the couch a few feet away. This is only the third time I've met him, and I'm already starting to feel nauseous on reaction. I guess in a way this could be considered a kind of charisma. I haven't even said anything, and he already seems less than pleased. It's likely a bad idea to provoke him, and just talking to him may count as provoking him. However, I can't help thinking of the alternative situations that could play out. Let's say I don't open my mouth at all and walk away, maybe to go read in my room, or outside. That would definitely go down as an unforgivable insult. He would probably tell me to hold it and destroy me. Either way, not too polite on my part. What are you reading? What? What are you reading? Oh. The draft for my autobiography. It is the story of a man who wakes up to find an uninvited guest in his living room, sitting in his chair and reading shallow literary dreck. Billy started reading the book. I don't even have an opinion on it yet. I can already see how this conversation is going to play out, so I might as well try to steer it in a different direction. Where's Hideaki? You even ask questions rudely. Disgraceful. That aside, why would you even ask me such a why would you even ask me such a stupid question? How would I know? My son's keeper? Well, you are his dad, and it seems like he does live here, so... But I guess I can't say that, tempting as it is. I give up. I already tried to make small talk with him and failed. It's like trying to talk to a brick wall that also hates you. Doesn't make you to leave and sift through my wallet to see if I have enough money to go to a movie. As I'm about to stand, I have second thoughts. I'm too tired to go through trying to smooth over my problematic situations by trying to continuously walk away from them. It's hypocritical of me to get upset at Misha for trying to defer things when I even run from my own girlfriend. When Jigoro attempts to stop me, I'm almost glad, even though I no longer have any intention to leave. Wait. He says it with plenty of authority, but nothing else, as if it's just a... particularly commanding afterthought. Only a very powerful or very arrogant person can tell someone to hold on in such a manner. I'm sort of impressed. You're in the student council with Shizune, aren't you? What is your job there? I don't think there are specific roles other than president. Shizune is always trying to round people up to help her here and there. Usually we might get like one person to pitch in, but otherwise the three of us do whatever needs to be done. It's crossed my mind a couple of times around when I first met her that Shizune's distinctly analytical stare might be because of her deafness, but it turns out it's a trait shared by everyone else in her family. And that is okay with you? Why wouldn't it be? You, Shizune, and that pink-haired girl? Is that really your entire student council? If the student council that small, they wouldn't even bother to hold elections. I'm gonna take a guess and say that you didn't join the student council. Shizune drafted you into it. You said you do not exactly know what your title is. That makes sense. I suppose if you weren't even elected, you couldn't be expected to know. After all, if you were not elected, you aren't really anything. No one is going to respect a student council like that. An unelected body of free people trying to scrounge up the equivalent of temp workers. Must be a sorry school if these kids have a tea... What? Oh, if free kids having a tea party can handle every issue. What's how small it is have to do with anything? If the student council gets things done, isn't that enough? It's not just a game either. Maybe you should actually come to the school one day. If you got there on the right days, you might even be able to see what Shizune is able to accomplish. Do you think that I have so much free time that I can afford to waltz over to your boondocks and watch my daughter's feats of self-ag... Oh my god. That word. I've never been more disgusted in my life. What you're saying is that, they might as well not have a student council, but the fact remains there is one, and Shizune got elected to it. And for her, it isn't a meaningless position. In fact, she works very hard for it. Sound like someone who voted for her. No, I wasn't there for that. Huh. You didn't even vote for her. Well, besides that, why don't you ask Hideaki about this? Shizune has wanted to be high school student council president since middle school. She would have him read all her practice speeches, wasting his time. For what reason? This whole time he hasn't even looked up from thumbing through his manuscript. It's getting increasingly frustrating. Because it isn't a game. We don't run the school, but it's not like we're just playing at it and not taking it seriously. I wonder if it is so wrong not to... What? To not be a purist. I have been to your school. Really. The students there. I can already think about a million things you might say, and I'm preparing for my heart to sink on hearing any of them. It's funny. They are probably things I've thought before. They don't even have cleaning duty. That was not what I expected at all. He's also wrong. They do. I should know. I got to skip out on it since I'm in the student council. The concept of being wrong confuses Jigoro. I should take this opportunity to go on the attack. It's really odd that I'm thinking this way about a simple conversation. Sounds like the last time you were there was really some time ago. If you can leisurely write some memoirs, you can talk to Shizune now and then. Don't you think that that she has stuff she is proud of? That's how young people are. We have things to be proud of. If you're writing an autobiography, you should get that. Such an opportunity, and I blew it. I don't know how I was expecting him to react, maybe introspectively, but Jigoro only grows angrier by the second. Yet as he does, he also seems calmer, in a way, more sure of himself and in control. Who do you think you are to assume that my life is so easy? You haven't even read my biography. Yet you are able to tell how I should handle all my affairs, including dealing with my own daughter. You could never understand. Even if I were to get up from this couch, walk over to you right now, and punch you in the forehead with brass knuckles, with a consented edition of my life story on them, leaving my biography imprinted in your face, you would not understand. For 12 years, Shizune did not even talk to me, even though I hired multiple tutors and interpreters of all sorts for her to try and get her to become normal. It isn't as simple as you think it is. If she does not want to bother with me, then fine. I assume that is normal. When was the last time you talked to your parents? It has been a while, and I feel ashamed. More so that he caught me... What? More so that he caught me than at how easily I could have dropped my parents a phone call, or sent them an email, or even a letter, and haven't. This knowledge only makes me feel more ashamed. I thought so. If I wanted to see my parents, I couldn't. This is different. You aren't that far from her. It's one train right away. That is enough. No means no. You were very persistent. If only it was about something that mattered. I can't see what you may have learned from my daughter aside from the Aside from that and how to backtalk people, is that it? The answer is yes. I wasn't that persistent or argumentative before meeting Shizune and Misha. After all, prior to meeting them, I just experienced a small death. It's a mystery as to why I refused to join the student council in the first place. Possibly it was from trying to get away from nagging so much that I was able to get my energy back. It's a cute idea. I think again about why I'm still here. Arguing with Jigoro is pointless, yet I think I almost looked forward to it, and he is right. I cannot understand him. Even if I did, he wouldn't care. I'm a louse? A loose? Louse. That crawls on a way wholly insignificant. He has a confidence that I don't have. Shizune does, and it could be that reason why I'm here now. It's an almost shouting match with her father is because some of that bravery is rubbed off onto me. However, I don't have anything to keep it going. Still, I hate him. I don't know what I can do. A few months ago, I think I would have punched him and let the consequences play out as they may, but now I can't risk it. If he would have hit me back, he'd likely kill me. So in the end, the only thing I can do is look at Jigoro in silence, and knowing that I have no reply, and hate him, and feel completely at a loss. Oddly, he takes it as defiance. Fine then. Have fun with that. Picking up his sword and using it to pull himself to his feet, he turns and casually saunters out of the room. I want to throw my book after him, but I'm happy to finally be alone, even if I'm not in the mood to read any longer. Man, I keep fumbling over my words way too much. I think I'm going to stop here. Pretty short for a Katawa Shoujo stream, kind of. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. But I keep fumbling over my words way too much. I think my mind's just not in a good position to be reading right now, which is actually a shame because I was gonna try and do more than even 2 hours, but now I haven't even done 2 hours, let alone more. I really did. I wanted to read a lot today, but I don't know, my brain or my eyes or something. Just not in a good position to read. Eira struggles to read the stream, yeah. I really don't like doing it when I'm like fumbling over myself so much. Very upsetting because I really did want to do more. So we will do something else instead. We'll still stream because I started at the earlier than normal time, so I should stream like as much as possible. I'm not just gonna stop because Katawa Shoujo stopped, but as long as it's something where I don't have to read as much, it's fine. So I don't know. My brain feels tired. Honestly, I think it's my brain. Just I don't know. I'm tired, or it's fried, or I don't fucking know. So Muse Dash is probably a bad idea because I'd probably just get fucked by rhythm gameness and get destroyed. So I think we'll do Xenoblade Chronicles. As always, when I change over to a different game, I stop the stream and then I restart the stream. So don't go anywhere, but the stream will stop momentarily. And when it comes back on, it'll be on the stream starts soon. It'll be saying like stream starts soon, and it'll only be that way because I'm gonna go like quickly grab something to eat. I won't be too long. I really won't be that long. It'll be like maybe 5 minutes, maybe a bit more. Won't be long at all. So yeah, if you're gonna stick around for Xenoblade, just stick around. Stream will end and then start back up, and then I'll be Xenoblading it up. Stay frosty, because this stream's about to start. I don't know, but just whatever. Warm? I don't know. Stay warm. if I'm saying stay frosty when the stream ends, I guess stay warm because the stream's gonna keep going. I guess, maybe, I don't know. I'll be right back, like instantly.